Hi everybody, this is Sherry Arshad and you're watching All of Your Business. In All of Your Business, we talk about your favorite topics about economy, and let's speak to our guest, Mr. Mehtab Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Sir, today the first question I'm going to begin with my favorite topic, that is the gold. Again, there's a fluctuation and gold jumps back to near rupees 4.8 lakh in Pakistan, and we have witnessed a small increase today. So, how long are we going to see these fluctuations in the prices?
Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Thank you very much for having me. As I have already predicted that the gold prices will continue to fluctuate both in international market as well as the same trend will continue to persist in case of Pakistan. And we have seen that the prices have gone up in the last week and then reduced it today. Slight reduction we have seen, and currently it is hovering around rupees 480,000. It's the range. But and we have seen that in the last week, the international market also witnessed slight reduction in the prices, and it was hovering around 4,800 and something. It was the range on per ounce. So, keeping in view the volatile environment at geopolitical level, so it is expected that the gold prices and other precious metals will continue to fluctuate in near future, and it will only restored or stabilize when there will be stability at the international front. Otherwise, we will see that it will remain fluctuating on weekly or on the daily basis, because sometimes we have seen that there is a slight upsurge in the prices, but the next day we witness that it's decrease. But overall, its range is hovering around in the same range.
Right. So, sir, are we going to see a considerable difference or considerable fluctuations, or they are going to be very like normal one?
I think it will remain fluctuating within this range of keeping in view the Pakistani rupees around 500,000 per tola. So it will remain in the same range, but ultimately it's very hard to predict, especially the commodities, fuel, as well as the precious metals.
Right, right. It's always very unpredictable, as you said. So, my next question to you is regarding something that we talked about in the previous podcast as well. This is about the market timings. And after there was, like on social media, the traders and all the people who were in the business and market, they were demanding from government to relax the timings, and government has officially relaxed the market timings. So, do you think that it's going to make any difference, or it's going to, it is going to hamper the fuel prices trend or the fuel sales trend in Pakistan?
Actually, the retailers and the traders were demanding of the government to show some lenient attitude till the next keeping in view the upcoming Eid. So the government, federal government, as well as the four provincial governments have fulfilled the demand of the traders and the retailers community, and they have relaxed the timings which were earlier 6 o'clock. Then some instances they were allowed to open bakeries and other shops till 8 and 10 p.m. But now they have allowed relaxation by the provincial governments as well as the federal government. So it has been done keeping in view the demand of the retailers community, who were claiming that in the last 1.5 month period or 2 months period, they have caused considerable loss. And FBR also considered this, that around more than 20 billion rupees revenues were also lost, mainly because of early shutdown of the shops and malls. I think the government has relaxed it till June 1. Then the government is going to reconsider its decision, keeping in view the overall situation prevailed in the region on account of war. But we have seen that there is also need to bring change in the lifestyle and cultural change of doing or performing different duties and performing different functions within the sunlight. Right. So it is there is a need to promote it, but it should be done in gradual manner. Right. So that on one side it shouldn't hurt too much the business community and business activities, but it will also transform the routine and lifestyle of Pakistani consumers. So there is a need to strike a balance. But I always support that it should be done keeping in view the ground realities in Pakistan, because we have seen in the modern world that all shopping malls and business activities are shut down at the evening. But keeping in view the temperatures prevailing in Pakistan, there is a need to strike a balance. And I think 8 or 9 or 10 should be the maximum time for allowing this kind of business activities. Right. And then it should be shut down.
So another thing that I'm going to talk about is the IMF has pushed Pakistan to put sales tax exemptions to rest. So what does this mean? And if Pakistan agrees to forward, or if Pakistan is sanctioned to do that, are we going to see surge in prices?
Actually, IMF is demanding that the reduced rate under the sales tax and FED regime must be streamlined, and standard rate of GST of 18% should be imposed on all products. For instance, reduced rate of GST or FED was imposed on fertilizer and the pesticides. But I think keeping in view the overall agriculture sector requirements, I think Pakistan is going to ask and request the IMF to grant a relaxation of another financial year, because we have seen that the prices of fertilizer or might be the pesticides might go up, keeping in view the overall Gulf situation and availability of supplies and some of its ingredients, especially the gas in case of producing fertilizer. So the talks are going on with the IMF, and let's see that Pakistan's request might be entertained for the next financial year, because IMF has given some kind of indications that the reduced rates, especially on the fertilizer and pesticides, might continue for another financial year. But it is the principle of the IMF to ask the recipient countries and all those countries who are the beneficiaries of getting IMF loans that there should be uniform rate of taxation imposed on all products and all areas. And that's why they are asking that where there is a reduced rate of GST, it must be brought up to the level of 18%. But there are some areas where there is additional sales tax or enhanced rate of GST. So there is also need to bring it down to the 18%. So these are the parts of negotiations, and when these negotiations will be finalized, then we will know its conclusion, and that conclusion will be made part of the upcoming budget.
Right. Sir, the next topic I'm going to speak is actually very favorite topic of our audiences, and that is about electricity prices. And there are reports that Pakistanis are paying ₹9 per unit in hidden electricity taxes. So, what does this mean in simpler words?
Actually, there are different type of taxes and surcharges has been imposed on the electricity bills, because electricity bill has been used as a tool to generate different kind of taxes and levies. So on one side, there are taxes on the electricity bills which are collected through the collection of the electricity bills, but there are some charges and extra charges, surcharges, which is also being part of the electricity bill to be generated and collected through the electricity bills. Now there is a need to reduce the cost of electricity in Pakistan, keeping in view the challenge posed by the rooftop solars and all other alternate energy renewables. uh, the cost of electricity per unit basis has significantly gone down. And if we want to make our national grid viable, there's a need to bring down the electricity tariff. So, in the next budget, there is a need to reduce the cost of electricity. On one side, its power, its generation cost, and there is also need to bring down these taxes, especially which are being collected through the electricity bills, to reduce it or rationalize it in order to make electricity rates affordable for all segments of the society.
Right, right. So we all know that the UAE, after the UAE nuclear plant drone attack, the oil prices have hit 2 week high, and international market, we know that the oil prices are high. What is going to be the impact of it in Pakistan?
We have seen that the prices have peaked to $112 per barrel. It's too much. And it's going to impact Pakistan as well, because ultimately the government cannot absorb the burden of uh, importing petroleum products at high rates and grant any kind of subsidy on it, because we are under the IMF program. If we are not under the IMF program, it's not permissible to import at expensive rate in dollar terms and then sold any kinds, especially the fuel, in rupees by doling out any kind of subsidy.
Right.
So in this case, if the prices persist on higher side, there will be two options available to the government: even to absorb the burden by doling out any subsidy, or reduce its petroleum levy. And I don't think that the government is in position to absorb this kind of burden. So it will further jack up the inflationary pressures in Pakistan. And I can easily predict that in coming months, the CPI based inflations may go up, keeping in view this higher prices of fuel in international market. So there is a need to ensure a permanent solution through diplomatic efforts in order to reduce the prices of fuel in the international market. That will only bring solace or relief in lives of common people of Pakistan.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. That was all for today. If you want us to talk more about the fuel prices or the uncertainty revolving it, do let us know in the comments. Till then, keep watching All of Your Business. This is Shahryar signing out.